Mr. Wagner, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. You understand the charges, sir?
Yes, I understand.
All right. The docket before you, Your Honor, is 2019-846DS in the matter of Ms. Kelly Bridges versus Mr. Derek Wagner, with Mr. Wagner being the payer. This is an adjourned enforcement hearing. It was adjourned to allow him to be represented by court-appointed attorney as requested. It was originally, prior to that adjournment, a bench warrant hearing for his failure to appear at a referee hearing on June 13th of 2022. The order being enforced today is the modified uniform child support order dated January 13th of 2020, which states that his current child support is $109. After servicing and processing fees, brings it to $112.50. His last payment was $148.28 on September 3rd of 2021 via unemployment. He has been show cause 3 times with 1 bench warrant and 1 finding of contempt. The previous 6 months at $112.50, he should have paid $675, and he has paid none.
All right, everyone buckle up, because today we're diving straight into a courtroom showdown. That's absolute chaos. On one side, we have Mr. Derek Wagner, facing civil contempt for unpaid child support. And on the other, the infamous Karen who just can't seem to keep her mouth shut in front of a judge. Now, if you think courtroom drama is usually calm and procedural, think again. This is a type of case where one wrong word, one outburst, and suddenly you're not just in trouble, you're potentially looking at jail time. We're going to break down every tense exchange, every shocking interruption, and yes, the moments where things get so wild the judge has to step in to restore order.
February 28th of 2023, his total arrearages are $4,747.94. There have been no previous jail sentences with that previous contempt hearing. Mr. Wagner was booked in on March 3rd in the Calhoun County Jail on separate charges. When he was booked in on our warrant, he was in jail from February 16th to February 23rd.
Okay, do you have any questions for Ms. Wills?
Yes. Ms. Wills, has he been in jail since February 16th?
No, so he was in jail February 16th to February 23rd. He bonded out on the 23rd, and then he was booked back into jail on March 3rd. And he's been there since March 3rd on separate charges that are not FOC related.
And does he qualify for the LEAP program?
Nope.
No, so with Mr. Wagner, let me make sure that we have his correct.
Here's where it starts to get really interesting. Karen's repeated interruptions aren't just annoying. They're actually building a case against her. While Mr. Wagner's arrears are clearly outlined and enforcement officers meticulously laying out the facts, her contemptuous outburst could land her in jail. Courtroom etiquette isn't optional. Folks, every yell, every cuss word is being logged as a formal disruption. And the judge isn't just being mean. This is serious. You start to see how emotions and personal grudges in court can backfire instantly. It's a perfect example of why staying calm and letting the court do its job isn't just polite, it's strategic.
Address on file. The previous address, he does qualify for LEAP. However, due to us not being able to get in contact with him and having the bench warrant for so long, he did not qualify. He does now, as long as he doesn't have any other warrants in the state of Michigan.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
Okay. Any proofs, Mr. Sackrader?
Yes, I'd call Mr. Wagner.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Mr. Wagner, can you hear me?
Yes.
You heard the testimony of Ms. Wills, is that correct?
Yes.
Is there anything that you disagreed with?
No, sir.
Okay. So you were booked in, looks like February 16th, and then you bonded out on February 23rd by posting a $100 bond. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are you willing to put that bond amount towards your child support arrearages?
Absolutely.
Now, check this out. Mr. Wagner is being held on other charges too, but the key question is his child support arrears. The court is carefully sorting through his incarceration dates, release dates, and eligibility for programs like LEAP. Why does this matter? Because courts have to account for ability to pay versus willful refusal. Here, the judge is weighing the facts. Mr. Wagner has had periods of work, and the court is trying to see if he's genuinely unable to pay or just avoiding his obligations. This is where the law and human drama collide. Watch closely as procedural details suddenly create huge tension for everyone involved.
Okay, hold on a second. Ms. Bridges, we're taking testimony from Mr. Wagner, not from you at this time. You'll have an opportunity to speak after that, so please don't interrupt.
Okay. All right. Ms. Wills testified that you're being held on other criminal charges in the jail. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a hearing date or a release date for those other charges?
I have a release date on the 8th.
On April 8th,
Yes, sir.
you're expected to be released.
Yes.
Good. Prior to February 16th of 2023, were you employed?
No.
Lie.
Hold on
Okay.
a second. Just hold on. Ms. Bridges, was I unclear about not speaking or interrupting? Ma'am?
So what? Y'all can shake a piece of shit motherfucking hand and say
Hey,
congratulations.
ma'am, if you go off like that, you can be held in contempt of court and go to jail. Do you want to do that?
Just proceed to the fucking court hearing and shut up.
Whoa. This is the moment the courtroom sparks fly. Karen straight up tells the court off, and the judge doesn't blink. Here's why this is critical. Contempt of court isn't just about disrespecting authority. It's a legal charge. And the judge is laying down a warning. One more outburst and jail time is guaranteed. You can feel the tension. One slip from Karen could cost her literally days behind bars. This is peak courtroom drama. People, it's not scripted. It's real-life consequences hitting hard in real time.
One more outburst or one more vulgarity and you will be going to jail. You understand?
Good luck.
What, ma'am?
I said good luck. Finish court.
Ms. Bridges, you can ask Mr. Wagner any questions pertaining to the issue before the court, which is his non-payment of child support. Do you have any questions?
I already know why his non-payment of child support is, why he's had a job the whole time working for Larson's Construction, making $26 an hour underneath the table for months now.
Okay,
Instead-
ma'am,
maybe-
this is
in a
your time
fucking
to ask him. This is your time to ask him questions, not for you to give a statement at this point. So if you have any questions for him, ask those.
Okay, Derek, seeing you had money to buy alcohol, why were you not paying your child support?
I was terminated because you had contacted FOC before I had a chance to be placed on payroll, so I was terminated.
That's not my fault. You know you're supposed to pay child support. Pay your shit. Be a man.
Fast forward to the heart of the matter, child support. Karen's trying to push her point, claiming Mr. Wagner had money but didn't pay. He responds, providing his explanation about employment and payroll issues. And yet, despite the excuses, the judge is clear. Financial responsibility isn't optional. This exchange highlights something most viewers don't realize. Courts have to balance compassion with accountability. And when personal frustration meets legal obligation, sparks are inevitable. You can almost hear the frustration building in the judge's tone, reminding us why courtroom behavior matters as much as the fact themselves.
Court will make the following finding in this matter. In this case, Mr. Wagner has a minimal support obligation of $148.50 per month, including his arrearage repayment in this matter. That, in fact, over the last year, he has, as he stated, he's worked approximately 2.5 months during that time, making $200 per week. On each of those weeks, that he acknowledges that he simply failed to pay and there's no excuse for not doing so. In addition to that, he did have odd jobs. He stated that he has been hindered somewhat because he has not had an ID or a birth certificate, etc., to acquire employment, but he has not stated any effort he's made to acquire that. Likewise with the GED, other than that he's had no money to do that. The court will find that he has had the present and the ability to pay, that he's failed or refused to pay, and therefore he is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Mr. Sackrader?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. My client testified that he will be on probation upon his release and his other criminal matters, and he will be.
Here comes the verdict. Mr. Wagner could have faced up to 45 days in jail, but the judge exercises discretion. He gets 21 days, with credit for time served, and a purge amount to avoid further incarceration. This is a textbook example of how judges weigh prior conduct, ability to pay, and past contempt. Notice how the judge is firm but fair, balancing punishment with an opportunity for redemption, and for the viewers at home. Understanding these nuances is crucial if you ever find yourself in court. It's not just about what you did. It's about how you handle the courtroom rules.
Obligation. We would ask that any jail sentence be 31 days or less, with credit for 7 days already served in this matter. We would request a purge amount in the amount of $400. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Well, in this matter, Mr. Wagner, I could sentence you up to 45 days. I'm not going to do that only because it is your first time that you would have any jail time, even though you did have a prior contempt. There was no jail time at that point. What I'm going to do is I am going to sentence you to 21 days in jail with credit for 7 days served. And I'm going to put a purge amount in place of the amount of $500. If you're able to pay the purge amount, then you would not have to serve the balance of your jail sentence. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Court will end this matter at 11 a.m. You're free to go. Have a good day.
That's bullshit. You guys shake his hand and tell him congratulations.
Ma'am, the case is done. We don't need to hear anything else from you.
And now, Karen finally faces consequences. After multiple warnings, her latest outburst triggers a 3-day jail sentence. This moment is a stark reminder that the law doesn't tolerate repeated disruptions, no matter how passionate you feel. Even in a virtual Zoom courtroom, respect for procedure is mandatory. Watching her get muted, warned, and finally sentenced is a lesson in restraint and accountability. For anyone thinking they can bully or argue their way past a judge, you cannot. This is why courtroom behavior is a skill as much as it is a legal obligation.
Hold on, ma'am. The court is going to hold Ms. Bridges in contempt of court based upon the last outburst and the last vulgarity. Ms. Wills, do you have Ms. Bridges' phone number? Can you contact her and get her back?
Yes. Let me just go ahead. If you allow me, would you like me to go off record while I call her right now to get her back on the Zoom?
No, go ahead. We'll just hold on and put her on.
Okay. Hi, Ms. Bridges. This is your enforcement officer. Judge Kirkham was wondering if you could please log back on to Zoom to speak with him. If you could please log back on, Judge was requesting that. Okay, just log right back onto the Zoom room and they'll let you in. She hung up on me. So I'm unsure if she will log back in or not.
Let me see. This may be her.
Okay.
Bridges, I had warned you multiple times about your outbursts and your vulgarity, and apparently that did not have any impact. What the court is going to do based upon the last outburst, ma'am, the court, is she muted? Are you muted, ma'am? You can unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
You don't want to listen to anything I say. You just want to shake this motherfucker's hand and tell him congratulations. Let's be a
Ma'am,
piece
the
of
court
shit
is holding you in contempt of court. I'm sentencing
You
you
ain't
to
holding
3
me to
days.
shit, bitch. Fuck off.
3 days in jail, ma'am. You will be sentenced to 3 days in jail. You will have to appear on, well, we'll have her appear on March 17, 2023, no later than 4:00 p.m. to serve her.
So there you have it, a perfect storm of unpaid child support, contempt, and courtroom chaos. Mr. Wagner faces a clear path to compliance, and Karen learns firsthand what happens when you disrespect court protocol. The takeaway? Courts are procedural arenas where facts, documentation, and behavior matter more than raw emotion. If you found this case as shocking and wild as we did, hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping breakdowns of real courtroom chaos.